If your liver is quietly storing fat right now, your body will not tell you. There is no pain, no warning sign in the mirror, nothing that makes you stop and think something is wrong. And that is exactly why fatty liver has become one of the most common conditions in adults over 60. But here is what almost nobody tells you. The liver is the only organ in your body that can fully repair itself. Not partly, not a little, fully. Given the right conditions, a liver that is loaded with fat can return to normal. And the research on this is not new. It has been sitting in medical journals for years. Welcome back to Senior Health and Care Group. This is the channel where we take real science and turn it into simple steps you can actually use after 60. No confusing medical language. No expensive products. Just what the research actually says. If you are new here, I am so glad you found us. Make yourself comfortable, because this one is important. Today I am going to walk you through 7 science-backed steps that help reverse fatty liver naturally. Stay with me until the end. Because step number 6 is the one doctors rarely mention, and it may be the most important one of all. Let us begin. First, let me explain what is actually happening inside your body. Think of your liver like the kitchen of a busy restaurant. Every single thing you eat and drink passes through that kitchen. The liver sorts it, cleans it, packages it, sends it where it needs to go. Now imagine that kitchen starts receiving more deliveries than it can handle. Boxes pile up, then more boxes. Soon there are boxes in the hallway, boxes blocking the door, boxes stacked in the corner. That is fatty liver. Your liver is not broken. It is simply overwhelmed. It is storing what it cannot process fast enough. And the boxes piling up are made of fat. Now here is the good news. If you slow down the deliveries and give the kitchen staff time to work, they will clear those boxes out. That kitchen can be spotless again. That is what reversal actually means. Let us start with step 1. Step 1. Cut the liquid sugar first. Not all sugar. Not yet. Just the sugar you drink. Here is why this matters so much. When you eat sugar in an apple, it comes wrapped in fiber. The fiber slows everything down. Your liver receives that sugar gradually, like a slow, steady drip. When you drink sugar, there is no fiber, no break. It arrives all at once, like a fire hose aimed directly at your liver. And there is one sugar in particular that matters here. Fructose. Fructose is handled almost entirely by the liver, not by your muscles, not by your other organs, just the liver. When too much fructose arrives too fast, the liver does something specific. It converts that excess directly into fat and stores it right there. Researchers have a name for this process. They call it de novo lipogenesis. It simply means making new fat from scratch. So what should you actually cut? Sodas, sweetened iced teas, fruit juices including the ones labeled 100% juice, sweetened coffee drinks, energy drinks, flavored waters with added sugar. I know that last one, about fruit juice, surprises many people. A glass of orange juice contains the sugar of about 4 oranges with none of the fiber. Your liver receives it as a flood. Eat the orange. Skip the juice. Replace those drinks with water, plain tea, black coffee, or water with a squeeze of lemon. This single change alone has been shown in studies to reduce liver fat measurably within weeks. Step 2. Bring in coffee. Real coffee. This one surprises people, so let me explain it carefully. Coffee is one of the most studied beverages in liver research, and the findings are remarkably consistent. Regular coffee drinkers show lower rates of liver fat, lower liver enzyme levels, and slower progression of liver scarring. The protective compounds appear to be the chlorogenic acids and other polyphenols in the coffee bean, not the caffeine alone. Studies have found benefits with decaffeinated coffee as well. The research generally points to 2 to 3 cups per day for meaningful benefit. But here is the part that ruins it. The moment you add 3 spoons of sugar and flavored creamer, you have taken away with one hand what you gave with the other. You are pouring liquid sugar right back into that liver. Drink it black if you can. If you cannot, use a small splash of milk. Keep the sugar out. If you do not drink coffee or cannot tolerate it, plain green tea offers a similar though somewhat gentler benefit through its own polyphenol content. Step 3. Shift toward olive oil and fatty fish. Here is something important to understand. Not all fat harms your liver. Some fats actively help it. Think of it like fuel in a car. The wrong fuel clogs the engine. The right fuel keeps it running clean. Extra virgin olive oil is the right fuel. It is rich in monounsaturated fat and in polyphenols that appear to reduce fat accumulation in liver cells. In the Mediterranean diet research, olive oil consistently shows up as one of the strongest protective factors for liver health. Use it as your main cooking oil. Drizzle it over vegetables. Use it in place of butter where you can. Then there is fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring, trout. These provide omega-3 fatty acids, which help your liver package and export fat rather than store it. Picture it this way. Omega-3s help load the boxes onto the delivery truck so they leave the kitchen instead of sitting there. 2 servings per week is the general target used in most studies. Canned sardines and canned salmon count. They are inexpensive and they work. Now what should come down? Deep-fried foods, processed meats, packaged baked goods, anything with partially hydrogenated oil on the label. These are the fats that add to the pile rather than clearing it. Step 4. Move your muscles, not just your heart. For years, the advice was simply to walk more. Walking is genuinely good, and I want you to keep doing it. But the newer research has found something that changes the picture. Resistance training, meaning working your muscles against some kind of resistance, reduces liver fat even when a person does not lose a single pound. Let me repeat that, because it matters, even without weight loss. Here is why. Your muscles are the largest storage site for blood sugar in your entire body. When muscles are strong and active, they pull sugar out of your bloodstream and use it. When muscles are weak and idle, that sugar has nowhere to go. So it goes to the liver, where it gets turned into fat. Strong muscles act like a release valve for your liver. You do not need a gym membership. You do not need heavy weights. Sitting down in a chair and standing back up 10 times, wall push-ups, light dumbbells or resistance bands, carrying groceries deliberately instead of asking for help. 2 to 3 sessions per week is what the studies use. Combine that with your walking and you have both sides covered. Now before I share step 5, let me pause for one moment. If you're finding this useful so far, please take a second to hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach other people over 60 who are searching for this exact information. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do. I post new videos on natural health for seniors every single week. I also want to hear from you in the comments. Here is my question. Which of these first 4 steps do you think will be the hardest one for you to start? The sugary drinks, the coffee change, the oils, or the resistance training? Write it below. I read the comments, and I answer as many as I can. Now let us continue with step 5, because this is where things get very practical. Step 5. Add fiber before you subtract anything else. Most advice about fatty liver focuses on what to remove. I want you to focus first on what to add, and the thing to add is fiber. Here is why fiber matters so much for your liver specifically. Remember the delivery analogy. Fiber slows the deliveries down. It creates a buffer between what you eat and what your liver receives. But fiber does something else as well, and this part is less well known. Your gut and your liver are directly connected by a large vein called the portal vein. Everything absorbed in your intestines travels straight to your liver first, before it goes anywhere else in your body. Think of it as a private road that runs directly from your gut to your liver's front door. When your gut bacteria are healthy and well-fed, they send helpful compounds down that road. When your gut bacteria are unbalanced, they send inflammatory compounds down the same road, and your liver takes the hit. Fiber feeds the helpful bacteria. So what should you actually eat? Beans and lentils, oats, barley, chia seeds and ground flaxseed, apples with the skin, berries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, artichokes, nuts, particularly walnuts and almonds. A practical target is between 25 and 30 grams of fiber per day. Most adults over 60 are getting less than half of that. Increase it gradually. If you add too much fiber too quickly, you will get bloating and gas. Add one new fiber food every few days and drink more water alongside it. Here is a simple way to start. Step 6. This is the one doctors rarely mention. Give your liver a nightly rest window. Here is what most people do not realize. Your liver has a daily rhythm. It does different jobs at different times. During the hours when you are eating, your liver is in processing mode. It is sorting, packaging, and storing incoming nutrients. During the hours when you are not eating, your liver switches into a completely different mode. It begins clearing out stored fat, repairing damaged cells, and cleaning house. Think of the restaurant kitchen again. During service hours, the kitchen is producing. Nobody is deep cleaning while the orders are coming in. The deep cleaning happens after closing time. Now here is the problem. If you eat breakfast at 7 in the morning and finish a snack at 11 at night, your kitchen is open for 16 hours. That leaves only 8 hours for cleaning, and part of that window is spent finishing the last of the digestion. Your liver never gets a full cleaning shift. The fix is simple, and it costs nothing. Aim for a 12 to 14-hour overnight window with no food. If you finish dinner at 7 in the evening, do not eat again until 7 in the morning. That is 12 hours. If you can stretch it to 13 or 14 hours, the research suggests even better results. You are not fasting all day. You are not skipping meals. You are simply closing the kitchen at a reasonable hour and keeping it closed until morning. Water is fine during that window. Plain tea and black coffee are fine as well. The one thing that breaks it is the late night snack. The bowl of ice cream at 10, the handful of crackers before bed. That single habit keeps the kitchen open and cancels the cleaning shift. This is the step people find easiest to do and hardest to believe, because it seems too simple to matter. But the timing of your eating affects your liver almost as much as the content of it. Step 7. Watch the hidden liver stressors. There are 3 things that quietly work against everything else you are doing. Most people do not connect them to their liver at all. The first is alcohol. Even if your diagnosis is non-alcoholic fatty liver, alcohol still adds to the burden. Your liver has to prioritize processing alcohol above everything else. While it is doing that job, fat clearing stops entirely. If you are working on reversal, reducing, or removing alcohol, accelerates everything else on this list. The second is poor sleep. Sleep and liver fat are linked more tightly than most people expect. Short sleep and interrupted sleep both raise insulin resistance, and insulin resistance drives fat straight into the liver. If you sleep 6 hours or less, or if you wake repeatedly through the night, addressing that is part of addressing your liver. The third is certain supplements and medications. This one requires care, so listen closely. High-dose vitamin, supplements, some herbal weight loss products, and certain bodybuilding supplements have all been associated with liver stress. Even acetaminophen, the common pain reliever, is processed by the liver and should be kept within recommended dosing. I am not telling you to stop any medication. Please do not do that. I am telling you to bring your full list, including every supplement, to your doctor or pharmacist and ask a simple question. Is anything on this list hard on my liver? That one conversation is worth having. Now let me tell you what to expect, because expectations matter. Liver fat responds faster than most people assume. Studies measuring liver fat with imaging have found meaningful reductions within 4 to 8 weeks when these changes are applied consistently. Not perfectly, consistently. That distinction matters. You do not need to do all 7 steps flawlessly starting tomorrow. Here is what I suggest instead. Pick 2, just 2. I would suggest starting with the liquid sugar and the overnight eating window, because those 2 require no shopping, no equipment, and no cost. You can begin both of them tonight. Do those 2 for 3 weeks until they feel automatic. Then add a third. That is how change actually holds. And here is something worth holding on to. Your liver is not keeping score of what you did for the last 20 years. It responds to what you are doing now. That kitchen can be cleared. The research says so. Thousands of people have done it. You are not too old for this. 60, 70, 80. The liver keeps its ability to repair itself throughout life. If you take one thing from this video, let it be that. Before I go, please talk to your doctor about your specific situation. Ask for a liver enzyme panel if you have not had one recently. Ask whether imaging makes sense for you. Track your numbers so you can see your own progress. Seeing that improvement on paper is a powerful thing. Now I would love to hear from you. Which 2 steps are you going to start with? Write them in the comments below. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone in your family, a friend, anyone over 60 who is dealing with this. Subscribe to Senior Health and Care Group for more videos on natural health for adults over 60. New videos every week. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking care of yourself. I will see you in the next one.